range of services. I've got to look at my notes because there's a lot here. Detecting leaks, dealing with water, fire, mold remediation, remodeling, roofing, crime scene cleanups, and a lot more. The list goes on. And he's here to share all of this exciting information with us. So welcome to the show, Adam.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you here because, as you mentioned before we even went live with this, is that you have, what are you up to, 5 businesses, you said? There's a lot.
There's a lot, yes.
And so we're going to cover it all. But before we do, what made you want to start a business in this industry? Give us a little bit about your background.
Oh, yeah. So what I've learned about myself is that I really do care for our customers. I enjoy putting things back together, and I like showing up in our customers' times of need. And it's like, hey, you need help and you need a professional putting you back together, and just naturally gravitate to that. Don't call me to fix your computer, but hey, I love to fix your house.
So were you the kid that was always tinkering with things at home? Like your mom is like, it's not broken, don't take that apart, right?
Yeah, I was definitely the one that let's build something. Everything was always putting things back together, tearing apart, putting them back together. It definitely, like, if you were to look at my first home that I bought, every room, everything was different baseboard, different doors, different flooring. And I just enjoyed it so much. And, and then just had a natural gravitating to remodeling, and just love it.
Yeah. Yeah. So you probably had the best tree fort of all the kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah, well, I also enjoyed skateboarding. So I had every skateboarding half pipe ramp known to mankind in my backyard. And my friends enjoyed that too.
Yeah, well, very good. And congratulations for being in business. This is your 15th year that you have been operating.
15 years.
Yeah, and you are an accredited member of the Better Business Bureau, and you have an A+ rating.
Yeah, very proud of that.
Yeah, no complaints or anything, which is great, which I think the reason that you have that A+ rating is what you said just a moment ago, and you've transitioned that mindset to your team. It's about customer service. So if you could talk a little bit more about that.
Our belief at ORC Services and every business I run is that our customers don't care what we know until they know how much we care. And we do pride ourselves about being an expert in our field, but that's not what we lead by. We lead by caring. We want to go the extra mile. Yes, we're in your home to remodel your kitchen, but what can we do to take it a little bit further? Or, hey, you've just gone through a traumatic event, your home just flooded, what else can we do for you? It doesn't have to be on the estimate. It could be just a little bit more, just to show that we do care. It's not just about the black and white estimate.
Yeah, no, I really like that. Now, you mentioned about, something devastating happening like a water leak, right? So somebody comes home and they see some dampness going on, or maybe it's a full-on major leak and they're freaking out, right? So what is something that they should immediately do? What are some of the things they should do? And what are some of the things that they shouldn't do?
Yeah, so if you have a leak at your house, pipe leak, turn the water off. I mean, that sounds pretty simple, but most homeowners don't know where to turn their water off.
Thank you for saying that.
It's like, hey, it's the valve outside. You have 2 valves. You have the valve by the street, the meter, or you have a valve coming in on the exterior wall, usually by the AC condenser side. But every house is a little different. But turn the water off. I don't know how many jobs we've gone to, and the water's still pouring in, and hours later, sometimes days. And I'm just like, hey, just turn the water off. And they just didn't know.
Yeah.
Probably these days when you need to call a plumber, be very careful when you call your plumber, because they're going to be making recommendations to you. Those recommendations aren't always the best recommendations for you. So I say get a second opinion before you go with the plumber's referral.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that because you've been in business for so long. So you have seen what people have done. You're like, oh, I'm so glad you did that before you called. But then you've seen things where you've said to them, if God forbid if this happens again, then, do this, because you've seen how people could have made it a lot better for themselves.
Yeah, they can save a lot of headaches by just getting a second opinion. I always say, hey, call our office. Our advice is free. Love to help you. But there is a lot of there's a lot of issues, a lot of contractors out there that you shouldn't hire, and then there's a lot of insurance tactics, homeowner insurance tactics that you should try to avoid. And lining yourself with a good contractor is the best step.
Yeah. And that's why I'm glad you took the step to be Better Business Bureau accredited.
Yeah.
So that, takes that up a notch. Hurricane season. We are taping this on June 16th. So we are 16 days into the hurricane season.
Wow.
Fun.
Right around the corner.
Yeah. So now what should we do? Because I know that it usually heats up, around the end of the summer, that's when things seem to really spin off the coast of Africa and scare us half to death.
Yeah. August, September is usually where it really starts to get our attention.
So what are some of the things that you recommend in the earlier part of the season to do, or, to prepare any types of projects that we should be doing?
Just go through your hurricane shutters and make sure you have somebody. You can't install them yourself. Make sure you have somebody to call to put those up for you. Have a plan together if you're gonna stay or you're gonna leave, where you're gonna go. And then make sure you take lots of photos. Photograph your house, your roof, inside your house. Make sure you have those in hands, and then make sure you know where your policy is, and just hey, we're in Florida, so get used to it.
I know. But you said something like you had a prediction. Like, are we going to have a rough year? Like, were you just teasing?
So I was kind of teasing a little bit. They always say it's going to be a rough year with hurricanes, and the news loves to pump up that stuff for the ratings. But when I said rough year, if we have hurricanes this year, we get to test out all those insurance policies that are lacking coverages, and we all get to experience what our lawmakers have decided what's best for us. And with insurance companies that are currently denying more than 50% of all claims, it's not going to look good for us. And I hope that we don't get a hurricane. I hope we never get a hurricane.
Yeah. But
in reality is that we're supposed to have insurance to protect us, and right now there's not a whole lot of protection out there.
I know. I want to, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this in the second half. But while we're still in the first half, I like to have people share their contact information, because we have people that are watching this, so they get to see your contact information.
Okay.
But iHeart and the podcasters, they're all leaning forward. They have their pen and paper ready. How do they get in touch with you?
Easiest way is to go to our website. It's www.ORC Services. And I always like to say, hey, it's like ORC like dork, ORC Services.com. You can't forget that one. And all of our contact information's on that site. Or you can just Google ORC Services, and we're all over the internet. You can't miss us. Very good. So ORCservices.com. And how about the phone number? Yeah, so it's 772-589-8026. And give us a call 24 hours a day. Somebody will be there to pick up the phone. All right. Very good. Yeah, I saw that on the website, 24/7, 365. Yep. So very good. You know what we're going to do, Cindy? You're going to be so surprised. We're going to take a break a little bit early. Normally she's begging me, to take a break, but I don't want to interrupt a very important question with a commercial. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Big news, Treasure Coast. Your favorite mortgage team just got even better. Introducing the same trusted faces you know and love, now with Union Home Mortgage.
Hi, this is Shannon Pohl.
Hi, this is Lucy Cranker. And these high-producing team members bring decades of experience, unwavering honesty, and hearts of gold to every home loan. And here's the best part. Same local processing, underwriting, and appraisers you rely on. Contact Union Home Mortgage.
Visit us online at shannonCpohl.com
and LucyCranker.com.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Sofas, love seats, dining sets, bedroom groups in the latest styles and colors from Four Seasons, Braxton Color, Riverside, Hooker, Capri, Tommy Bahama, and more. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have anything you need for your outdoor living from Lloyd Flanders, Kingsley Bate, Brown Jordan, and Woodard, including a gallery of maintenance-free furniture from Berlin Gardens and Pollywood. Right now, during our summer savings event, we have lots of great half-price specials, including 50% off on all in-stock Universal Coastal Living collections. And all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store directly across the street that is filled with name brand closeouts. And visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Welcome to Riverside Theater's Comedy Zone, where the comedy is wild, untamed, and downright hilarious. Hit the zone this Friday and Saturday night at 6:30 and 8:30 for the Treasure Coast's best live stand-up comedy show, featuring nationally recognized comedians with cabaret-style seating and food and drink table service. Buy tickets at riversidetheater.com and get ready for a night of non-stop laughs.
Welcome back to Treasure Coast Connector. I'm your host, Ellen Contreras, and I'm with Adam Ogilvie, the president of ORC Services. And we're going to dive right back into the conversation. We were talking about some of the services that you do. And, you know, of course, people understand remediation and remodeling, but crime scene cleanup, like all of that is like that. People are like, what? Okay. So what I'd like for you to do, though, is just literally talk about all the services, because it is quite a list of services.
Okay, yeah. So we specialize in water damage cleanup. So if you have a pipe leak or a flood, we come in and extract all the water and dry your house out, because we want to prevent further damages like mold. You don't want mold. So time is of the essence for that service, right? But if the time of the essence isn't there and we come in, 48 hours, 72 hours later, then there's possibility of mold. So we may need mold remediation in conjunction with our water mitigation services. But then other services we have is fire restoration. So if a fire, we'll come in and clean up the soot and deodorize the home. Then we have the biohazard cleanup division. Everybody loves to talk about the most anytime, but we like to come in. We are the second responders to a cleanup service, and we want the healing process to start. So we take care of that. And then we're like a premier remodel company. Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize that we have a boutique showroom here in Sebastian and in Vero now, where we can design kitchens and bathrooms custom. We have a great team, and we actually really, truly love our remodel division the most, probably. But yeah, those are our primary services. So during the day, I'm that contractor, and then during the night, I'm the consumer advocate, homeowner advocate for insurance, to fight for insurance reform.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Well, before we get into that, the areas that you cover. I want to know the areas that you cover. What about financing? So let's finish that up. We cover primary coverage areas: Indian River County. We do Brevard County. So most of the time we're either working in Indian River and Brevard County. We do a little bit in St. Lucie County. And then as far as financing go, we have financing options available for customers. They can go onto our website and get pre-qualified really fast. Yeah. And
the great about our financing is the money goes to you. You're not attached to the contractor. We believe that, hey, our contract is between us. I don't need your loan to fix your house with my name on it, as long as we do a good job. That's our approach to it. So if somebody needs a loan, they don't need to hire us. They can go to our site and get a loan if they want to.
Okay.
And then we also offer payment plans for smaller projects to kind of break things up to help people out. Yeah.
That's nice. I really like that. So now what I'd like to know about, there's a nonprofit that you created. So let's talk about homeowners insurance, because we're all scared of it. We all need it. I have it, but I'm hoping it's going to help me. But what would you like to share? This is your platform to like discuss, because this is a passion project for you.
Oh, yeah.
Based on the heartbreak and heartache that you have seen in your clients, and even, other people that, other business people in your industry. You've heard horror stories.
Yeah. So I started a nonprofit called the Florida Homeowners Insurance Alliance. It's FHIA Group is the website address.
Okay. And
the mission is to educate and advocate for insurance reform. Our slogan is one voice, one mission, fair and reasonable insurance for all. And we dive right into the weeds of what's going on in the state of Florida when it comes to insurance. We've exposed all the issues to everybody to educate them. And we're trying to come up with ways to make it easier to at least interpret the homeowner's policy to make it easier. But it's an ever-growing challenge. Laws continue to constantly be changed for pro-insurance and anti-consumer every legislative session, and it's been very difficult to have a voice. That's why we created the One Voice membership. So if you do join, you're part of our One Voice membership, because we need to unite as one community, because there's nobody in Tallahassee really truly fighting for homeowners.
Us, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the core of the program, and currently we're trying to implement a fairness score where you go and you shop for homeowners insurance, and the question is, what is good insurance? How do I know what I'm buying is good? And so we're trying our hardest to develop a special questionnaire form that will designate a score on a score for your policy that you're looking at. So when you're cross comparing, you say you got 3 different quotes for policies, and you're like, hey, they're all within $500 of each other. They're all ridiculously expensive. And how do I know which one I'm getting the most for my money? And it's difficult for me to look at these things, to be able to tell somebody, hey, you're getting the most for your money with this. So we have a draft form that we've created that is working on trying to figure out how to do the score. It's kind of like you go to buy a bottle of wine. You know nothing about wine, but there's a wine magazine put a score, or wine enthusiasm, whatever.
Yes, enthusiast.
Yeah, put a score on this thing, and you're looking at the difference between a $5 difference between 2 bottles of wine, and one might be like 91 points, the other one's 90 points. Well, you may go get the 91-point one because that wine might taste better. Well, the consumer needs it simplified. These policies are written by attorneys. They're written at college level reading. So the average person cannot understand these things.
Most days I'm not smarter than a 5th grader. I'll just admit that.
Yeah,
so you read these policies.
Yeah, I'm like, I love to see everything in like 8th grade level, and let's keep it simple. But again, back to our lawmakers and regulators have allowed these very complicated policies to be written, and they expect us to understand it. Many of our lawmakers believe that the contract is between the homeowner and the insurance company, and the government shouldn't get in the middle. Well, I mean, what's the point of having an Office of Insurance Regulation if they're not supposed to get in the middle of this? And it's very disheartening. What's definitely driven me to start this group is our customers, seeing them crying, seeing them left holding the bag, seeing wrongfully denied claims. And then now it's like seeing my friends actually leaving Florida because they can't afford to live here because of the cost of insurance. So imagine you're a new couple, newborn child, moving into your first house, and you're crunching the numbers, and it's like, we can pull this off. And then within 1 year moving in, your insurance triples. Guess what? You can't afford to live there anymore.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be a law against increasing insurance more than 15%. But yet, once they drop you and another carrier picks you up, it's triple, double, quadruple, whatever it is. And just another workaround loophole that they live in. So
yeah, and even if there's nothing wrong with your roof and it's, let's say it's 20 years old, then they're like, oh, you can't get insurance, like they have an inspection, inspector come and there's no leaks, there's good life. I've heard the term life left in the roof and everything. Yeah. But your insurance company is like, well, sure, we'll insure you then for $5,000 a year, but if you get a new roof, it'll go down to $2,000 a year.
Yeah, and they make it very difficult for you when they give you that notice. It's typically at the renewal time of your policy, and you can't cancel your insurance. You don't have time to shop for new insurance, so you're stuck paying the higher premium while you find a roofer to do it. Mm-hmm. And I mean, if you let your homeowner's insurance lapse more than 30 days, you get penalized. Mm-hmm. So you're going to be paying more insurance because, it lapsed more than 30 days, kind of like auto insurance. If you lapse so long, then your auto insurance goes up. Mm-hmm. But talking about roofs, they've passed a new bill that's going to pretty much means that not a single roof will ever be replaced in Florida by insurance companies, because they are using condition as causation in the replacement value of your roof. So it wasn't yes, the wind may have damaged your roof, but since it's an older roof, they're not going to give you the full value to replace it with a new roof. And last time I checked, you cannot buy a used roof. Yeah, You're forced to buy a new roof. Yeah. So that means you are coming out of pocket more than your deductible.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness. So Cindy told us we have 2 minutes left, right? So let's take a little bit of time again for the second half to share your website, your phone number, please.
So you want to get involved, become a one-voice member of the Florida Homeowners Insurance Alliance. Mm-hmm. You just go to www.fhia.group. Go there. My phone number is on there. A bio is about me. Mm-hmm. It has links to our Facebook group, has links to the petition I wrote. You can find me there, and I would love you to join our mission. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wonderful. And then for ORC Services, ORC Services.com, and the phone number for that as well.
Phone number is 772-589-8026.
Very good. Yes. And I just want to say another quick shout out to Libby Weissman and her team at SeniorTransitionNavigator.com and LuxuryHomesOfTheTreasureCoast.com. I love the work that they are doing. It's about helping seniors in their golden years. It's about downsizing, decluttering, packing, moving, relocation. Libby does free consultations, 772-783-2800. So another 30 seconds. What would you like to end with?
Let's see here. Oh boy, now you're putting me on the spot. 30 seconds. Let's join hands as Florida homeowners, mm-hmm. and let's bring change, and let's unite as one voice with one mission: fair and reasonable insurance for all. And if you're looking for a good contractor, give ORC Services a call. I'm a contractor during the day and advocator at night.
Very good. And with that, my name is Ellen Contreras, Treasure Coast Connector. Until next week, I miss you already.